Good morning, YouTube. Anybody here? YouTube, strangest thing happened this morning, and I'm not sure I understand what it is. The local news here and the national news is also reporting that someone broke into Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, into her house and assaulted her husband this morning. They say about 2:30 in the morning, and they say that she was not here in San Francisco. She was in Washington, D.C. And I just have to speak up. Now, I'm not pretending to be some kind of journalist. I certainly mean no offense to the Pelosi family, Pelosi family. I don't know if there's a reason why they're deceiving the public, but yesterday morning, I had to go to a bank and deposit something early in the morning, first thing, right? So ordinarily, I'm not in the Castro. I live a couple of stops down from the Castro, so I'm in the Castro, but downtown, I had to go there. And right in front of my bank on yesterday morning at around 9 o'clock a.m., there was Speaker Nancy Pelosi. And I'm absolutely certain who it was. There were people around there. She was hugging a Black family to take a picture with them. And I thought, maybe I should get a picture. I mean, how often do you see Nancy Pelosi? She's our representative, right? But I said, no, I don't want to be bothering celebrities, anything like that. But I did. I said, Nancy Pelosi, and I waved at her. And, she always waves back. She's a great politician. But my point is, she was definitely here in San Francisco, which would imply that this person who broke into her house more than likely knew that she was in San Francisco and expected her to be at her house, because this happened yesterday. And I guess technically it would be this morning, but 2:30 in the morning is when he broke into her house, expecting her to be there asleep. So this was really an attempt to assault or kill Nancy Pelosi. It's the only conclusion I can come to. Now, she's already had the press conferences and with the police, and they've come out and said that she was not in San Francisco at the time of this assault. They may have her reasons. I don't know how she could get out of town that quickly, though. If I saw her yesterday morning, she was waving and shaking hands on the Castro. I assume she didn't go right to the airport from the Castro in order for her not to be there at 2:30 in the morning, right? I hope this doesn't cause any damage, but she was definitely here. Now, her husband is recuperating. They're both in their 80s. But yeah, I believe that he had every reason to believe that Nancy Pelosi was here in San Francisco on this morning or yesterday, right? So maybe they have a reason they don't want to call this an attempt on her life just yet. It's fresh news. I don't understand it. Why would they lie about that? Unless she was just on her way to the airport and stopped off in the Castro. The Castro is the little gay area. She is, of course, in charge of the whole city of San Francisco. But I stopped and looked at her right in her face and waved at her on yesterday. Never seen her before. I've been here 30-something years. I never seen her before. So it's not something that I would miss. Hey, good morning, y'all. Y'all hear about the speakers? So the police say that when they arrived on the scene, apparently they arrived there very soon, because the assaultant or the perpetrator was still fighting with Mr. Pelosi when the police arrived. So they had to be there pretty quick. And he's in custody. A 44-year-old man named Dippity or something like that. D. Pippity. I don't know. It's not important. I guess the important thing is that this might have been politically inspired attempt on the life of Nancy Pelosi. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. There's got to be some kind of reasonable explanation because not only did I see her, she was standing in the middle of the sidewalk in the Castro. Castro's a busy area. She was taking pictures with other people, or at least I saw her take a picture with this black family, a girl and her mother. So I mean, if I saw her, other people have seen her as well. Obviously, she's seen other people in the city. Unless she just left directly from there and went right to the airport, I don't see how it could happen that way. I believe that this assailant believed her to be in that house, and he attacked her, encountered her husband. He is doing well apparently, but the man is in his 80s. You don't hit people in their 80s with hammers, right? Their bones are brittle and so forth. We'll have to get an update on it later on. Anyway, I just thought it was strange. I remember standing there thinking, should I get a picture with her? Because it wasn't a lot of people around. There's only a couple of people around and her camera person. And then I get home, and then a few hours later, I'm hearing that someone's assaulted her husband. This is a strange story for me. Possibly a government plane got her out. A government plane got her out. Okay, so you're saying that she could have went immediately from it, but they're just saying she wasn't in San Francisco. Why would they even say that though? I mean, if she was there that day, they would say, well, she was here, she just left, or she had to be doing something here. I mean, well, I assume she lives here. Maybe she's here all the time. We just don't know it, right? One report says that the man was saying as he was hitting him, where is Nancy? Where is Nancy? Now, I don't know. That's third-hand information. Where is Nancy? He expected Nancy Pelosi to be there. Now, this, we just have to wait and see what happened. But he had a hammer as well. They both had hammers. He should have a gun in his house. If his wife is the Speaker of the House, they haven't reported on how they got into the house or anything like that. You know, a lot of this San Francisco real estate, it's, they're built right on the street. Whether you are president or you are secretary, your house is right there on the street, right? So I don't know how much security was in and around the house, but it seems like someone shouldn't have been able to just get in their house that easily. And I do believe her husband needs to purchase himself a gun, not a hammer. So he's fighting with some 44-year-old. How y'all doing today? Y'all all right? Possibly a government plane got her out. Okay. There's a possibility. Or they may have some reason for not wanting people to believe that she was here. I don't understand what that would be, but I'm not a politician, and I'm certainly not Secret Service, or maybe they have reasons for not wanting people to know where they are, although she's making public appearances. I think more of that will come out because if I was able to see her, certainly other people will be able to see her. They would certainly voice their sighting as well, or their experience as well. Plus whoever she was meeting with. I don't know how senators live because obviously they live in their home states and they work in Washington, D.C. So do they just go back every other day or so? Or do they wait and go back once a month? Or they go back once a week? Or not sure how that works. But I believe this person believed that she was there. He might have just saw her the same time I saw her and knew she was at her house. Waited to the middle of the night so he can break in when they would be asleep. To do what with the hammer? This might be called being called a assassination attempt by the end of the day. The cops are saying almost nothing. They're just saying that he had this fight. He had this fight. This man was in the house. Apparently, the man it walked up on him. I don't imagine why an 80-something-year-old man would be up watching television at 2:30 in the morning. He was asleep. The man came into his bedroom and he's defending himself. Uncle Tim, the New York Post broke the story? The New York Post? Well, I'm sure San Francisco had it faster. I'm sure it's all over the local news. I saw about 3 different programs, and they're all saying essentially the same thing. She was not here. She was not at the house. I have not heard one person say anything about her being in town on that day, because that would be the connection, is that the person, the perpetrator, believed that she would be in that bed when he attacked, right? Yes, I know they probably have their reasons. I hope I'm not causing difficulty just by saying that I knew she was here. There's a possibility that these people, these Secret Service people, don't even want you to know when these senators are in their residence. It's possible. She didn't have a lot of people around her. She had someone with her. There was one man with her, I remember. And I think someone with the camera was there. It could have just been someone with a phone who was filming her. And the people who were taking a picture with her. I almost went because she was so nice and friendly. Hi, politician. We certainly we're hoping the best for her husband. Okay. Jacqueline Avant. Who is Jacqueline Avant? This was very similar to Jacqueline Avant. There's 2 people mentioned. Is it Avante or Avant? I don't remember Jacqueline Avant. Was that the lawyer's wife? Strange. All they're saying about the man is that he's 44 years old. So I don't know why they're not showing his picture. They won't show the picture if it involves a minor, but this man is 44 years old. But I guess the story is still so fresh. It'll be curious to see why they would lie about something like that. Or maybe it's just standard practice. They always lie about it. I don't know. And there's also a chance that she was already on her way to the airport and just stopped off because she had some time to kill for the plane to say hello to her constituents. I mean, all Californians are her constituents. I guess something like that could have happened. I don't know. She could have got out of the car to go to one of her favorite delis or something. It was like, I believe it was between 8 and 9 in the morning. The sun was just coming up, and it's been coming up later, How dangerous these times are getting. That's why we don't need all that hate speech, Kanye West. By this afternoon, they be blaming it on Kanye West. If the fool that they have in custody says his name, that'll be it for him. Another nail in the coffin. Right. I bet you other people saw her. Let me hold on a minute. I'm going over here to Facebook real quick. Oh, I can't. I'm on a different computer. Girl, I just refuse to put one more password. You on that computer, so now you got to put a password in this one. And I have a whole book. This ain't nothing but passwords. And then once change your password, put a letter in there, put a symbol in there, all this stuff. I just I'm in protest about passwords. Yes, I know that there's a system on the computer where they can store all your passwords, but they don't even tell you what they are. I guess you just click on the name, but you didn't change it 4 or 5 times. So it's just a mess for me. Nancy is Jewish. Yes, she is. She's the Speaker of the House. She's, I think, 3rd in line for the presidency. She's a good woman. Be her age, still be vital. Mm-hmm. Okay, she was the wife of Hollywood most respectable and very well connected man behind music and acting world. She was. Is that what her husband does now? Yeah, I mean, her husband is the victim. I believe that I mean, he's not in politics. It probably targeted towards her. We don't know if the person was just some crazy on the street. You know, like John Lennon, just some nut on the street, want to be famous. We don't know. Her name is Italian, correct? I don't know if her name is Italian or not. Pelosi. She's a Jewish lady, though. I'm almost positive. Is Pelosi a Italian name? You know, Jews and Italians look very similar as far as their physical appearance. A lot of European countries, yeah. You like my shirt? I wear the simplest clothes. You always say I look cute. Oh, that's nice. Possibly okay. So I'm only going to be. I wanted to report that I'm not going to be on here for a second. I'm just not getting up my own damn stuff. So when they report later on that she was in fact in town, the assailant believed that he was attacking her in her house. If y'all hear all that, y'all know that y'all heard it from me first. I did say that she was here just a couple of few hours after he attacked, before he was attacked. So we'll see. I know I'm not wrong though. I absolutely definitely saw her between 8 and 9 on yesterday morning, Thursday morning, right? So we're glad she's not hurt, and her husband is recovering, right? Apparently he knows how to swing a hammer his own damn self, and they were in battle when the police arrived. So obviously this man is not very bright. Maybe an alarm was sounded when he broke into their house and they were already on their way, or they patrolled her house or something like that pretty quickly. I mean, police response is only what, 3 to 5 minutes. This is a little tiny town. It's not very. It doesn't take all that long to get, particularly that time of morning. That's probably what happened. He broke in, the alarm sounded, and then he attacked Mr. Pelosi. We'll see. We'll come back later on in today, people. Okay? Y'all have a wonderful, what's today? Friday. Thank God it's Friday, Friday, Friday. Hopefully these political zealots, this is not a conspiracy of some sort, right? But you'll bring out all the nuts as well. That's why we don't talk like that, Kanye. We just don't talk that way. You inspire nuts all over the place. Okay, people, we'll come back later. Thanks for coming in.